Good morning and welcome to Breakthrough Walls. I am Ken Walls and I'm your host, and I am excited about today's guest. That would be me. I am the guest. I don't have anyone scheduled for today, and I was thinking about this morning, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to just go on my show and talk about this. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Brian Hess, my brother, how you doing, man? Brian, did you come through Columbus and not stop and see me? What's up with that, dude? So listen. I was thinking about what's going on, Raina, Colleen. All my favorite people are here. So look, how many times have you thought about doing something and then you're like, I tried that before and I just couldn't figure it out, and so you didn't attempt it again? How many times has that happened to you? How many times have you made a mistake and then beat yourself up for life? How many people do you know that do that? Like, they make a mistake and then forever they continue to beat themselves up. I think that it happens to everybody. It absolutely happens to everybody. So, I want to say that you got to stop, man. Like, the first thing that I do, the very first thing that I do, I've been through a lot of, when I first got sober many years ago, 16 and a half years of sobriety now, and I know the number one thing that has kept me sober all of these years and continues to keep me sober is I admitted my mistakes. I admitted when I was wrong. I wrote it out. I asked for forgiveness. I asked God to forgive me. I went to people that I did wrong. I mean, look, when I was a raging, practicing alcoholic, man, I was out there being a complete idiot. And I had to go back and make up for my wrongs. So, too many times we do dumb things. We do things that like we make mistakes. And then we don't ever fess up to it. We don't admit it. We live in this state of denial, saying, oh, but I didn't, like in the back of our heads, like if we admit that we did something wrong, then that's the end of life, or that's the end of whatever. And I'm telling you that is absolutely not the truth. It's not the case. The way that you cannot expand and grow your life in any way, or your business, if you're living in that subconscious place of, well, I screwed up, so what's the point of trying to do it again? And we all get there. All of us. I've been there. We've all been there. So one of the best ways to move on, move forward, move up is to own it. Own the mistake that you made. Own it and forgive yourself. You got to let go of it. Somebody told me many years ago that, you know what, one of the hardest things that a person will face is getting the ability to forgive oneself for the mistakes that we've made. But think about it. As a little baby, when you were born into this world, you were not born into this world walking upright. You weren't even crawling yet. You had to learn how to walk, and the only way you learn how to walk is fumble around and fall flat on your face. Fall over and over and over until you finally learn that, okay, your brain has to learn, like, I have to learn this balancing act, right? Now, if you were crawling around, you'd feel silly crawling around now. So, like, you've got to learn how to accept that you're human, accept that you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. It doesn't happen. You have to let it go. Let go of your mistakes. Move on and forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself. And the only way I've had to go through some really dumb things that I've done in my life, especially back when I was out there as a practicing alcoholic and doing dumb things. I mean, really dumb things. And I still do dumb things. We all do things that we regret. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. Like, you sincerely have to ask for forgiveness for yourself. Like, this guy said to me, look, man, it's actually easy to ask somebody else to forgive you. It's easy to forgive somebody else. The hard part is forgiving yourself for making mistakes. That's the hardest thing that you'll ever face, is forgiving yourself for making mistakes. We've all done business with the wrong people. We've all done things that I shouldn't have done that, or we've made mistakes. Somebody asked me in a message today, what do you do if a company rips you off for $1,900? And I said, man, if that was the only loss that I've ever experienced, I'd be way ahead of the game. Like that what do you do? I'm not encouraging you to rip me off, but what do I do is man, karma is real. It is real. Good and bad karma is real. So if somebody's ripping you off, yeah, you could go sue them. You could do all that. You're going to spend a whole lot more than $1,900 suing them. Yes, you could go leave a bad review, but then, it's like the old biblical thing, like, ye among you without sin cast the first stone. There's nobody that's perfect. Nobody. So you go out and you start leaving bad reviews and talking trash about people. The politicians prove it every election cycle that you can dig up dirt on anybody. So, you start leaving bad reviews, what's going to happen to you when you screw up, or one of your past mistakes comes up and they find out about it? What's going to happen to you? Don't go out and talk trash about people. People dig their own graves, so to speak, right? And it's absolutely, yes, it is true. Karma is real, and good karma is real too. A lot of people say, oh, karma's going to get them. And yes, karma catches up with everybody, right? But good karma catches up with you too. You may be going through something really incredibly difficult right now in your life. And trust me, we've all been there. We've all been there. Somebody hit me up the other day and said, well, I want you to, support me because, man, I've been through it and I overcame all these hardships. Dude, we've all been through it. Support me because I've been through it too, bro. So you've got to look at everything in your life is the very first fundamental step to becoming successful at anything is know that you're going to make mistakes. Do the very best that you can to not make those mistakes, but you're going to make mistakes. The trick to success is forgiving yourself. You have to ask God, your higher power, whatever you want to call God, to forgive you and give you the ability to forgive yourself, because we all do dumb things. We all do. We've all done them. You're not human if you haven't. What planet are you from? You're human. You're going to make mistakes. You have to forgive yourself for those mistakes, and you have to move on from it. You can't, a friend of mine used to say to me all the time, dude, put the ball bat down. Stop beating the crap out of yourself over the dumb things that you've done. We've all done them. Put the ball bat down. Stop it. So stop beating yourself up. Forgive yourself. Write it out. Write out. This is something that I had to do, and I've done it many, many times since I got sober. And that is, I wrote out everything wrong that I've ever done, and I wrote out everything wrong that anyone's ever done to me. I wrote it out so I could see it on a piece of paper. It was way more than one piece of paper. Let me just be real here. It was several pieces of paper, many pieces of paper. It was a book. And I had to go through each one of those and ask for forgiveness and ask for the ability to forgive myself. And when you do that, you experience this release. And this release is what you need to be able to expand your life, to be able to grow, to be able to succeed at whatever it is you're trying to succeed at. So I don't have a guest on today. I just want to come on and briefly talk about that. It's probably one of the most important things that you could do for yourself is to forgive yourself for what you've done. And I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Again, I don't want to beat anybody up with the Bible, but there's references in every religion across the planet that say, like, look, no sin is greater than another. The original meaning of the word sin, the Aramaic word sin, is the original meaning is you missed the mark. That's it. You missed the mark. Don't beat yourself up. Everybody misses the mark. Everybody on this planet. Every single person on this planet makes mistakes. They have for their entire existence. The minute you're born into this world, you make mistakes. You try walking as a little tiny baby, you're going to fall down. Is that a mistake, or is that just part of the process? That's just part of the process. You're going to make mistakes. So put the ball bat down. Write out everything that's happened, everything you've done wrong, everything where you compromise your morals, your beliefs, your whatever. Like everything that you've done wrong, write it out. Seek forgiveness for yourself and move on from it and succeed. Go all the way. All the way. You've got to release the stuff that's holding you back. You've got to release that stuff. Forgive yourself and move on. Seriously, do it. And you'll have a whole new freedom, an entirely new freedom in your life that will allow you to expand, grow, succeed, and be the person that you were created to be. So thank you all. I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you. I don't have the window open in the background, so I can't tell who shared. If you shared this out, if you found this message valuable, share it out. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. This is a very short Breakthrough Walls, but hopefully today I helped somebody have a breakthrough. You all are amazing, and I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Go forgive yourself today. Forgive yourself. Forgive others, and move on. Move on. Love all of you. Have a great day. Have an awesome life.